Hey, what's up? Dilio T2K with another video. Thank you everybody for who continue to watch my videos and stuff like that. Today is a video about a question that was sent to me via email, and the question is, and shout out to DJ Splash for asking this question. I hope he doesn't mind me giving him a shout out about the question he's asking me. Though I'd love to do this a lot more often and answer more questions on my YouTube page. I think that'd be great. So hint hint, DilioT2KFeedback@gmail.com. Getting into the question though. DJ Splash asked me, what keeps you motivated making music? Today, especially around people who don't appreciate the value of music like they used to, and the equipment is cheaper. There's a lot of people not really putting value into the craft of the music because they can easily do it themselves. So, to summarize that, the question was, how do you stay motivated? That's one thing, and how do you stay motivated around an environment in which a lot of people don't really appreciate music or buy music anymore, and that being the reason that because a lot of people can do it themselves. Well, I guess I'll just have to talk about what I've learned this year and what I've learned over the past years. The motivation to keep going. Okay, I'll tell you what motivates me, and then I'll tell you what I do when there's no motivation there. What motivates me is people actually buying my CDs, like these things right here. Because I produced these things in here. When they buy these, that motivates me. A nice crowd response motivates me. When someone talks to me about my music and how it reaches them, that motivates me. That helps me to keep going, and the lack thereof, sometimes it gets tough. And then sometimes, to be honest with you, you have to make music without any motivation. You have to make music when it feels good, and you have to make music when it does not feel good. You have to go out and perform when it feels good, and you have to go out and perform when it doesn't feel good. A case example, I work a job where I do not know when I'm going to get done at the end of the day. And there's a lot of people around me asking me, yo, when you're going to be at such and such time? And I hate having to tell them. And it's just reality. I do not like not knowing where I'm going to be at a certain part of the day when I know I'm trying to do something. Do not like that. But that's the hand. That's my hand that I play right now. And so I could be working all day and not feel like going to these open mics that I go to. I could be working all night, show up mad late. I like to be early for things. And I continue to push out to these events anyway. Why? Because this is what I want to do. Because it is a more likely percentage of a chance of me selling a CD out there at the open mic, out there hitting up different events around the city, than trying to push them on this YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's a joke. You want to sell music? Those things are a joke. You want to sell music? Go out. I'm trying not to cuss, because I'm just so passionate about this. You want to sell music? You got to go out. There once upon a time where YouTube and a lot of things were set up to where it was a lot easier to sell music. I mean, for instance, my Hip Roll single that I put out was off of an album, but that thing sold like crazy. But there was a buzz. Blog TV was popping. YouTube made it a lot more easier for the independents to get exposure. There wasn't such a big market for you to pay for the exposure on YouTube. So now you have to, in my opinion, independent artists have to go back to the free format that YouTube and the internet can't touch, and that is open mics. Now, there's a lot of events that they want you to pay to play, that's a business tactic. I do not like that. I try my best to avoid it. Sometimes I do bite the bullet, regrettably. But I believe that as you keep going, more people will like what you do, and then you get more chances to get exposure for free, because it turns from you paying them to perform to you bringing something of value to the event. And so, and people like that. When you bring something of value to an event, people like that. And it makes you valuable. And, well, come on. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, you know. And also, let me put it this way. If you're putting your stuff out on Facebook, 9 times out of 10, you got a lot of friends who make music just like you. Y'all friends, because, oh, yeah, we all do beats. Yeah, we all. They are not interested in buying your music because they're trying to sell music themselves, even though they don't have product out. I got product out. I got four albums total. I got product out. And a lot of these people are there not to buy music from you, but to learn how to do it themselves by watching you. And so, while they may not even mean ill, they are not your market. What you got to focus on is bringing your music around people who do not do it themselves. And those people at this level are not on the internet. They're not. Somebody who tried it. Why is it that I push my music so much online and can barely get any sales, but if I hit the streets, boom. Oh, you want one? Here you go. $10. Alright, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know why at this level. Now, if you have a lot of marketing money and you have a lot of stuff to help get the word out for you, then of course the internet is great. But if you're at a grassroots level where you're trying to get your music out or produce music or something like that, Facebook ain't it. I read a book about it. Facebook ain't it. Actually, the most productive way to market yourself, if you want to market yourself online, is email. I made a decision that to whoever I sell a CD to in public, I must collect their email address. Not to spam them, but to make sure that I tell them, hey, I got a new album out. Or, hey, I'm performing here. Yeah, I'm performing there. So your market isn't those who are making music, because they're making music too. And and that's the thing. If they're your competition at this level, they're not really a huge competition at this level because y'all still both grassroots. Now, if they on a whole nother level, they're in competition with other people who are at that level. There really is no such thing as a competition, and like I said, yeah, I know there's a lot of people around who do it themselves, and they watching you to see what you do. What's Dealio doing? Oh, okay. Let me get Machine too. Okay. Oh, maybe I should start performing. That's not your market. Music makers are not your market. Don't ever forget that. Music makers are not your market. It's good to have a camaraderie and respect. And again, I don't even see it as competition. I let everybody else say my stuff high. I try not to say it myself, even though I will believe that my stuff is high. But I'm not going to tell you, oh my, no. But you do have to have a certain. You have to have at least a healthy appreciation for your music and think it's something, you know. But I'm running out of time. But I hope that helps, DJ Splash. And motivation. Sometimes you're not going to have any motivation. And then it comes to a choice. I choose to make this music, even though I feel like nobody will listen to it, give a crap about it, nobody will buy it online. I choose to do this because I love to do this. And that's it. Even if your parents didn't even do it. I still struggle with that. They do their own thing at their level, but they're not selling music. That's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, dang, I wish I could see them. You know? But but that's something else. I'm running out of time. It's over 10 minutes. I'm just very passionate about that. Don't depend on motivation to do what you want to do, because it's fleeting. It's a choice. All right, I'm over 10 minutes. I'm done. I want to say a lot more, but I don't even know who's going to see it. That's it right there. See, I know a lot of people aren't going to get. I know I'm not going to get a lot of views on YouTube for this. I'm not going to get a lot of views on YouTube for this and talking and stuff like that, because I know that there's certain things that people on YouTube want to see that I am not. And YouTube, the internet, it's very visual. But yeah, I choose, and you may not even see this video or even know I posted it, even if I do send you an email. Regardless, I choose to respond to that email on YouTube to help somebody move them forward in this crazy independent music thing. So, with that being said, Delio T2K, I'm out.